Who shall pay the butcher's bill? Now a new war is begun and the blood is flowing. The bombs are falling and the bullets are flying. The band is playing and the flags are waving. The generals are talking and the politicians are lying. And who shall pay the butcher's bill? Who shall do the dying? The gnashing of the teeth, the bleeding and the crying. Not the demagogues who caused the war, those ministers of death who prayed for it. Not the throttle-bottoms of the Kakistocracy, the senators so full of shit. Not the Donald Trumps and other Chickenhawks, the Dick Cheneys and George Bushes. The Bill Clintons and Joe Bidens, those stay-at-home death-peddlers and war pushers. And not the John Howards or the Colin Powells, the Sweenie Todd types and Tony Blairs. No, they won't pay the butcher's bill and they don't fucking care. Not the Joseph Goebbels or the Rupert Murdochs. No, not the propaganda chiefs. And not the presidents and the prime ministers. Those murdering scumbag thieves. And not the Mr. Happy Faces in the war room, thousands of miles from the fight. The Patrick Bateman types and Henry Kissingers, those alphas in their Marlowe whites. Not the mafia syndicate party faithfuls, the career kleptocrats, Whig, Tory, Liberal and Labor, Republicans and Democrats. Not the Tony Soprano types in the ministry. No, they won't pay the butcher's bill. But the soldiers sent away to fight, to bleed and die and kill, and the civilians caught in the middle, who in their thousands bleed and die, the widows and the orphans, the Velamers left to wonder why. But not the arms makers and arms dealers. They never make a loss. They count their profits in the billions now. They never pay the cost. And not their sock puppet politicians. They get looked after too. The performing seals get rewarded with a fish for lying to me and you. And not the generals back at Camp Delta, way behind the lines, with their 13-year-old single malt Scotch whisky. They're all doing fine. And not the ones who drive the desks back in Kansas City, or the kids who fly the Predators in Arizona sitting safe and pretty. Those 1 Delta 10 tangos who think war is just a game, who got trained on Call of Duty and think firing hellfires is just the same. Those stormtroopers and door kickers, some of them will pay the butcher's bill. Those solid snakes and soldiers of fortune who love to burn and rape and loot and kill. The gung-hos and the diehards, the 117s and the WETSUs, who thought they were all so badass, who thought Team America just couldn't lose. Those war junkies in their Panzerkampfwagens. Some of them will pay the bill. Cooked like crawdaddies in a gumbo shack, or beefsteaks on a grill. How does that old saying go? Sow the wind, reap the whirlwind. Those hard asses asked for a tough assignment and got one for their sins. They used to dream of killing commies. They used to dream of going to war. But now they're only having nightmares. They should have thought of all that before. And all those jarheads and grunts, poorer than church mice, lured by the offer of free education and health, they too shall pay the price. And the volunteers who bought the war on terror nonsense, who bought the whole damn box and dice, they will pay the butcher's bill. Yeah, they too shall pay the price. And the vet who's wondering how he's meant to fuck with his new prosthetic stick, thinking he was so much better before the war when he had a real dick. And he can't even use his hand. An IUD blew them both away. And there's no more compensation, and Veteran Affairs say, we won't pay. Who else shall pay the butcher's bill? The animals and the earth, dying in clouds of depleted uranium, deformed monstrously at birth. The forests and the meadows all turn to ash and cinder, the starving in their billions, in their bitter nuclear winter. And who else shall pay the butcher's bill? Well, friend, that all depends. If the AI turns upon the humans, it'll be everyone in the end. The war tech has gone too far now. This ain't no game of sticks and stones. We're talking hypersonic nukes now, folks. Slaughter bots and cluster drones. Who shall pay the butcher's bill? Everybody in the end. For are we not all consanguineous? Are we not all one, my friends?